Got something else. How about now? Oh, man. This is a joke. Does it look good? Stand by. Sorry, y'all. Trying to test some stuff out. Uh, I don't know, y'all. Are you sure last night you could switch the scenes? You hear me, Dave? Are you sure last night you could switch the scenes? You coming up here? Oh, hell. All right, y'all. Once again, sorry if y'all are just now coming in. I'm seeing everybody's comments right here, trying to figure out why we're having lagging issues with our video. I swear to y'all, I'm going through all this stuff, and let me pull up my. Nothing has changed from last night to tonight, and we could not get. The show was up and going live, like I said earlier. It's just the video was god awful. I took them all down because it just looked like crap. I wish I could show y'all an example of what I'm talking about. Uh, is it fine now, or is it my lagging again? Nope, looks good. Of course it does. All right, let me try something else. Go through all these videos. I can hear and see you. Thank you, Patrick. I don't know. It scares me to death not knowing what the issue is. Like I said, if you're joining in for take 2, us doing testing, trying to resolve the issues that we've been having. So I'll tell you, we got a checklist. And like I said, going live for the first time, there's so many elements to it. So our very first show, live from the Alumni House, God, disaster. And I even had this issue with a couple of the times in June and July and August when we had special guests come in. A simple just switching the audio input. So you would think when you plug something into your computer, that's where the audio would go from or come out of. So we had these headsets on and thought everything was good because on our end we hear everything, but what goes through the stream is based on what the computer settings are. And so our audio output or input that was from the MacBook computers and not our headphones. So we're doing a whole show at least 20 minutes before people just said, "This is awful." We're like, "What is happening?" Because everything looks and sound great on our end. Boom, a simple push of a button changed everything. Learn from that mistake. And then you get to the issues where um us making sure that wherever we went, we needed an option for hardlined in, okay? Because connectivity is the biggest thing for us. If we're going to do a show, we need to make sure we have good internet speed. And so we learned the hard way that hotspots and all that stuff weren't just going to cut it. So we had a really glitchy show and we worked through that. Now we do have Starlink, which is a satellite based thing if we're ever somewhere where we're not hardlined in. But we also learned if you use Starlink, you better hope it's not a bad weather day and you better hope you're not around anything because it's going to be obstructions. Okay, so as long as we got a clear line of sight and we check the forecast, we're able to do a show without being hard lined in through an Ethernet cable. So we figured that out, and so we've had to avoid going some places if we know we don't have an option to one of those two. Things we've encountered that are really not our fault is we were live at Oakland one time, power went out in the whole place. Power went out the other night because a fuse blown out, which is kind of hard for us to. I'm okay with those because I feel like that's not in our control, so I can manage that. What streaming software we use? We use something called Restream, but there's so many different things out there. I was thinking it may be best for us to use OBS and take the feed from OBS and put it onto something like this. You're asking these questions and giving me some suggestions. I'm assuming you know a thing or two about tech. Okay. So that may be an option for us moving forward as well. Sorry, I'm trying to open up this live stream. I mean, if you're seeing me, then you should be hearing this pretty good. Um, but then the biggest one is the Oakland show, where the video lagging issue that we're dealing with now popped up for the first time. We didn't know what was going on. What happened was I got 1 terabyte of memory storage in my hard drive, and I was like at 999 point something. And so that was what the issue was. I went in, I cleared out my system data, or some systems call it the cache, into your computer, and it cleared up 500 gigs of space. And then we did a show again, and it was great. Never had the issue again until last night. We did a live show at noon, no issues at all. Went back around, hooked everything back up, did a show at 6, and the same issue with the RAM, or the storage overload, happened again. And so I'm looking frantically at my computer, trying to figure out what's the deal, what are we going to do. Um, had plenty of space, over 450 gigs of unused space, so that wasn't the issue. Sometimes on Restream, if we upload something last minute, or on any of these streaming softwares, you would have to restart the program all over again for it to ingest and then go out perfectly. We learned that, and we try to avoid those as well. So yeah, last night, I just don't know. I don't know if it's a problem with the streaming service we're using. If that's the case, then we would just move on to another one. That's not a big deal. But outside of that, I don't know. It shouldn't use HDD space as memory, which sounds like it's what it was doing. Hard drive disk space. That's what I was thinking. I don't know. Because I was thinking everything that we put here, we upload and it saves onto the internet. So I can hop on any computer as long as it's uploaded up into our streaming service, what we use. I can go across state lines, borrow somebody's laptop, hit my login, and the show, as long as I uploaded it, it should be there and can run from anywhere. At least I think. Yeah. Da, 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 da. And yeah, thank y'all for bearing with me. Like I said, if y'all are here and this is boring, please feel free to not watch. It's okay. Just trying to get these issues figured out before our show tomorrow night at Oakland. Because if it happens again, hmm, might crash out. That's what kids say nowadays. Um, my person in the chat, I'm trying to figure out, how do I look up how much of my current RAM and all that stuff is being used right now? Isn't it like a task manager? If I do force quit, it brings up my task manager. Ta-ta-ta. I'm on a MacBook Pro, by the way, if that helps you. I'm curious, how much am I currently using? That would be nice to know. Storage, plenty of storage. It's an activity monitor. Where do I find that at? Activity monitor. Is that like a shortcut I guess I could just look up online. Monitor. Da-da-da. Activity monitor on MacBook Pro. Let's see how to pull that up. Command space, then type activity monitor. Okay. Who would have known? Okay. I got my activity monitor pulled up. All right, my tech guy. I'm going to pull this up and you let me know what I'm looking at, my engineer, okay? I'm going to share the screen for you. This is what's so cool about our little community we got going on over here, you know? Let me pull this to the side. Let me share the screen. The best football show. Hold on. Thank you. I appreciate that, Johnny. I got my guy. Is this ESCR? I'm not sure what that is. 84, but I think I got an engineer on here trying to work me through this. All right, so let me share the screen. And all right, here we go. This is what's going on with my computer. I don't know if you can see that. I may have to pull the comments down so you can take a little bit closer look. And let me pull this over here. Let me make me smaller. And let me get this out of the way. All right. Is that good? Am I like pushing my limits right now? Because right now I'm actively running a live stream. Um, Click memory. Okay. You know, it would be really easier if I just let you join my stream. All right. Clicking memory. Use memory. Cache memory. I got to go back and forth. How's that look? Is that overloaded? I'm hoping that thing that says memory pressure means I'm solid right now, right? Mhm. If I need to do something else, just let me know. Mhm. 16 out of 24. What does that mean? Is that good or bad? Okay. Hey, Val. Yeah, like I said, y'all don't feel nobody needs to watch this unless you're trying to help me figure this out. And like I said, everything's moving smooth right now, which blows my mind because the only thing now that has changed is that it's not cold. See, like somebody just said, like, I only have 8 gigs of memory left, which I don't think that's the case. Okay. Because if you go here, I wonder if I can share this screen. How do I pull that over there? Let's go here. So I thought that too, but I think this is just what I'm actively using. I think that's my rant. Because if you go here, I got 442 gigs of memory left, you know? Um, so anybody know the difference between the 24? Hmm. Is that the RAM? I don't know. Is that how much RAM I got that is used at one time? Can it only process 24 gigs at a time? I don't know. See, my guy says memory isn't hard disk drive space. So is 16 out of 24, is that what I mean, I don't know, man. Oh Lord. I'm hoping somebody just tells me the issue is within our streaming service and it's not my stuff, because I would gladly move on to a different one if that is the issue. Okay, RAM is your memory. Okay, so I feel like I should be fine if that's the case, right? I don't know. Let me bring that back up. I'm going to share this window instead. Actually, let's get this window down. Where's that one at? There we go. All right. See what we're cooking with. Yeah, I know a lot of people that use Streamlabs, and I don't know the issues that come in with that. And curious too, my engineer, out of my physical memory, you see how where it says memory used, is that how much I'm currently using right now? And if that's the case, then I would assume, is that like how much processes at one time? Is that, and as long as that's underneath my physical memory, I shouldn't have issues, right? I don't know. Hey, let me go online and look how much of what's 32 RAM MacBook Pro with a lot of RAM. How much does that cost? Oh my gosh. Whew. Come on, man. So to go up to 32 for your RAM space, how much does that cost? Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that ain't right. That's 16. That's 24. And that's renewed. Trying to see how much that'll cost. I hate spending money that I don't have to spend. But once again, I feel like my issue though is we're still trying to figure out. I mean, I know you got to spend money to make money. I get it. I get it. But before I spend the money, I want to make sure that it's addressing the issue so we can prevent it, you know? I would start switching scenes and doing your regular show and see, okay, so let me go through. I could just add these scenes to it. So let's do the open.
Tonight is play your best. Don't worry about making a mistake. You make a mistake, that's fine as long as you're going 100 miles an hour. Get him right up in the mouth and pick him up. Somebody kicks you after the play, smile at him and say, I'll see you in 25 seconds.
Okay.
What are you?
Mobile.
Agile! Hostile! What is pain? Fresh! What is fatigue? Army clothes!
That looks okay.
Will you ever quit? No! We want some more!
Switch to this scene. Let me pull this back up. This is our bump shot in. Welcome in to 4th and 5. We got your pregame show. Oh, okay. Ooh, I'm trying to get it to where you can see. There we go. It's hard to see, y'all. Sorry about that. Let me take the comments off. That usually helps. There we go. I mean, nothing's spiking too high, right? Kane Archer interview.
But you said you were training with who?
I train with Jeff Christensen and Jared Park. Jeff is Patrick Mahomes' quarterback trainer, and he's got he's got a bunch of guys in the pros. So
I just like see the way it comes out the hand. Like when you're a pass catcher, and you see that you see it come out the hand. Nice tight spin rotation. What's your favorite ball to throw?
Corner.
Corner? You're a corner
Go
route.
stand
Yeah.
by the G. I'm gonna throw you a pretty one.
I'm
gonna throw you a pretty one.
He says stand by the.
Yeah. Is this all you were doing? Yeah, that's all I was doing. And so somebody says, yeah, the issues we have and when we're not inside and not hardlined in, okay? But I always check the speed of our internet. If I have anything under 35 to 40 Mbps for internet speed, I know that's not a good spot. We're at 128 to 180, which is more than enough for a live stream. And so the connection was stable. This is the show that I was trying to run and it wouldn't run. And we did 2 shows prior to this with almost the exact same setup and nothing was wrong. And so, like I said, it's tough. While you were doing that, he warmed up to the new head coach. And now that I am very, I mean, I was saying, I'm looking at the comments right now. And thank y'all. I'm looking at everybody saying it looks stable. Oh man. Yes, I have warmed up to I mean, I wouldn't say warmed up or cooled down. I even said I think a lot of people went wild when Silverfield got hired, and I wasn't exactly sure why. I don't think that's on him. Um, no, but I am very pumped up that you got some key guys staying. Absolutely. So you're not starting all the way from scratch. I don't think it's your memory, at least not from what I see here. You could always use more. Thanks for the. I mean, I think we're in the same boat because I figured if it was a memory thing, then I would be having that issue right now. But we're not having the issue right now, and so that stresses me out, man, because I hate when we try to go live and we tease the show and it just comes up looking like crap. I've seen some comments. I really like the show, DJ, but you always have technical issues. And I don't even take offense to those comments because you should see what I say to myself. I mean, my people that are with me when all this happens during a live show, they're like, give him some space because I hate it. I hate it. It drives me nuts. And for us trying to do what we're doing here at 4th and 5, man, all this work that goes into it for it to just crap out and not be able to deliver to our audience is frustrating, one. And then two, yeah, we got people on board that are making this happen, the generous donations we get from all of our viewers, our sponsors. And so, yeah, we've been making a lot of promises. And so I hate when this stuff happens. Because yeah, I mean, we're trying to do something special here. Thanks, Boo. What does this mean? FWI for what it's worth. To find your video memory amount, you can go to about this Mac system report, graphics display, VRAM. Okay. I'm gonna take down all those notes. Really hoping I would have found the issue today, but we have not. Oh man. Oh, this is gonna drive. If y'all know how I am. Oh man, if y'all know how I am, this is gonna drive me mad. Like this stuff keeps me up at night. Like laying down, all I was thinking about was it because of this? Was it because of that? Was it because of this? Was it because of that? Hmm. Oh well. No, I can't say oh well. It's gonna drive me nuts. Are you using Starlink? No, when we're on the road and we can't hook up to Ethernet, Starlink is what we use. And like I've said, we figured out the time Starlink is a good option or not a good option, pending weather, pending clear line of sight to the sky. And whenever we have that, it's always good. No issues at all. And we found out when we don't use it. When it happens, if it happens again, pull up that's what I want to know. So I wish I would have did this. That's a great point. I'm assuming when it happened yesterday, if I would have pulled this up, it would have been going wild. And that's my thing. If that is the case, what should I do in that situation if it happens? Um It works fine and clear when you're at home in the office, yes. It's bad when you're at the game. I would say it's not bad when we're at the alumni house. We've never had issues at the alumni house. The only time it's been bad at a game would be the post-game show. The post-game show, it's been bad, but the pre-game shows are fine, because we're hardlined in. So the alumni house, even though they have a setup outside, they run an Ethernet cable to us, and we have some of the best internet speed there and download and upload speed. Post-game, however, is a different ball game, and so this is how wild. Um, yeah, service around War Memorial. So we tried to do a pregame show at War Memorial. And like I said, this Starlink, they are great. But if you're around anything that obstructs its line of sight to the sky, don't even try it. We tried to do that at War Memorial. We were close to a tree. And you would have thought we were in a bunker, 100 feet underground. It was insane. And then we also learned too, like at the alumni house, we had to move spots because we tried to do it on the balcony at the alumni house with the stadium in the background, but we were the satellites because when you set up Starlink, you have to position it to where the satellites are. It was too close to the building, so it would clip the building. So we moved spots, and then the internet was perfect. Yeah, that one memorial was garbage. The only thing you can do is close apps, not use, and clear RAM usage. Restarting apps also help. That app has memory leak, has a memory if that app has a memory leak. So try not to run apps for a long time. Restart your computer before the show. And that's what I've been doing as to avoid the other issues. As soon as I put the whole show together, I'll shut down my computer, open it back up. And so yeah, I wish I would have opened up that activity monitor. I think that would give us the information we need. I would say next time it happens, I'll do that so we can figure out if that is the issue, but I don't want it to happen again. At least oh, well, we'll figure it out. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go and sign off and just go stress for every single live show I do that this is gonna happen again. I wish I could show y'all what it looks like. Because it's my video, right? Yeah, yeah. It's my video because when we go live, the ticker that you see at the bottom of the screen when we've had this issue, the ticker moves. The ticker doesn't mess up at all. It's just us and the footage that is going through. But the graphics and all the stuff, no issue at all. It would just be the videos that run and everything. And the audio is great. The audio is flawless. It just throws us off. And I'm gonna tell you this, ESCRNT, like, so I send links to other people. So we send a link to another computer that we do full screen, and so we then HDMI out that to TVs so people can watch the show. Okay. And then I send links to other people, the guy punching the thing in the show, and then whoever's joining as guest. And everyone on their end, it all looks great. It's just the stream that goes out when people watch on their phone. So that makes me think too, like, how is everyone else who is not using this computer, but using all different computers, they're all seeing it with no lag at all. It's just what goes out through Restream to people watching on here. It would make sense if it was lagging when I was looking at it. And so typically the only time, yeah, the videos are local on this machine. Okay, so even if see, that's where it gets weird. Yeah, they're on my machine. David, can you come up here real quick? Bring the computer. Let me try something real quick. Yeah, it'd be different if I was watching it on here and it was laggy, but it's just when it goes out. But yes, the videos. Can I share the screen with you? Can you look at what? Hold on. I'm gonna show you how I upload a video, okay? This may look weird. Maybe. Whoa, that's trippy. All right, so how I upload a video, that's gonna be really hard to see, okay? But I'll try my best here. Let me make this full. Whoa, that's crazy. Where's the computer? Hey, I thought I just wanted to talk to you. Whoa, hold on a second. Okay, so the way I upload, let's just say, where's that intro video? Let's switch that out. So let's just say this video right here, okay? Let me replace this videos, and these are all uploaded onto Restream, okay? This is the service I use. And so, yeah, they're in my computer, but if I deleted this video off of my computer, then it would still be, I'm assuming, online. So if I wanted to upload a new video, I would just click this, I'll press upload, then it starts uploading. I think y'all can see all this. I'm not sure. I hope you can. All right. And then it says processing, then it uploads on there and it saves. All right. I don't know if y'all were able to see any of that. I apologize. Okay. So they say it's not me. They're saying it's Restream. I hope it is. So let me stop sharing the screen real quick. All right, so I'm gonna log on this computer, which I don't upload any of the videos on, and let me see if I can control. Just curious if those videos will be here. Restream. Log in. Let me hop up in here. Says we're live. All right. So now I'm on this computer. This is maybe where maybe this will be a different thing. Are we having issues now? Oh, sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. All right, let me know if you have an issue now. So now I can control the show with this computer. I can switch scenes. There goes the Inception thing again. There goes
Tonight is play
this.
your best. Don't worry about making a mistake. You make a mistake, that's fine as long as you're going.
Let's come here. Did that do anything? Are we still smooth? There you go. Oh, man. See, I'm hoping that's the case. If the video is coming from Restream and like the videos are there already loaded, because he can open up that computer over there and no video has ever been uploaded into from that computer, and he would still have access to everything. My guy over is on it. Give me some good advice. Good advice.
ES.
Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce what is your name here? ESCRTN84. Trying to figure out what that means. Is it that the videos are broken or the live feed of your face? Okay. He gonna figure it out.
Detective work.
Escape return. Oh, that's what it means. Escape return 84. I'm not gonna ask why that's the name. I mean, that's what I think too. It gotta be Restream, right? We didn't do anything different yesterday. Anything.
And I've had permissions at like the alumni house.
No issues, huh? Ah. Look, we were gonna talk about this, you know. The coaching hires are we got these players returning. We'll talk about this tomorrow. All these Razorbacks coming. We'll talk about these coaches. That'll be on our show tomorrow, pending cooperation. And like sometimes I'm curious, like if because there was one time we couldn't do a show. There was one day there was a big outage. I forget what it was. It was like a national wide, like people can use their credit cards, they can do all that. And I know the service we used was tied in with whatever big outage was. And so I'm curious if that ever has issues, does it impact us? Yeah. So this may be the thing. God, could you imagine trying to build two shows? If it's the videos you uploaded to Restream that are breaking, then it's Restream. If it's the stream of your face, no, it's not that. No, we're lag. It's everything.
All video starts lagging.
And then it could be your computer. If it's both, then it's probably yeah. So it's everything. Everything lags. Us, the videos, everything will lag except the ticker at the bottom of the screen is smooth.
The ticker and audio.
The ticker and the audio are all smooth. It's just all video elements. And so sounds like it may I mean, I've thought about this, like having backups. God, that'd be awful. But you gotta have a plan B. We could get another streaming service and have like just build two shows, and if one has issues, oh, that's a pain. Oh, that'd be a pain.
Because it's one of those things where this only happens every so often.
Yeah,
And then
you'd have to do every show that way, just in case. Ooh,
it'd be clutch. It'd be clutch.
ooh, wee. Does Restream so I looked online. It says, does Restream have an outage indicator? Yeah, I've just Googled outage Restream and then it'll pop up a thing. And I did that one day and I didn't see anything, but it was weird because it was out. So I don't know how accurate that was. Big fans. Appreciate your sports propaganda. I ran into you at the 21 Auburn game. Did we win that game? What software do I use when we break down film? The good one. I'll tell you, I'll take you back to my first day breaking down film, putting graphics on the screen. Like, whew, Lord, hours of learning how to do that stuff. Moving keyframes, following players. Premiere Pro is where I learned all that, where I learned it all. Dun-dun-dun. God, those are some long days. We've come a long way since then. We lost. Dang it! Imagine that. Does Restream have an outage page? I mean, I was thinking, can you build everything in OBS and then pick what platform you want to stream out of? Because if that's the case, that's an option, right? Can we do what we do all in OBS and then put it out through a streaming platform, right?
It would just going through. You have to learn the OBS system, but like once you get it built in OBS, you can send it to whatever. That's how people.
And that way, if Restream's tripping one day, we can use the other one.
That's how most people do. Like whenever they stream at TikTok, Twitch, and all that different stuff at the same time, they're using OBS.
Resolve. I'm trying to get into content creation live show. Appreciate that, sports propaganda. I use Resolve. What is that? What do you use Resolve for? It's an editing software. Kind of like Premiere. Okay. Yeah, I mean, what we chop up like our intro videos and all that stuff. It's just because I think it's where you start. It's usually where you start is what you know best. Premiere, I just really like that it has After Effects, and so we can go in and manipulate things to make them the way we want. It just gives you more. I mean, when you open up After Effects for the first time, you're like, "What the hell am I supposed to do with that?" Because, like, when I talk about layers, oh my gosh, it has so many layers, like a ton. Here, let me bring one up for you. Let me show you this. I'm trying to think, what's one project I've worked on? Da da da. After Effects. DaVinci Resolve. My major in college, I was mass comm. Okay. Whoa. Hold on, y'all. Something's going on. Technical difficulty again. No, I'm just kidding. Why is this not wanting to be smaller? There we go. There we go. Open. Why is After Effects not open? That's weird. Ooh. Oh wow. I actually asked my wife to marry on Dixon after we lost to Auburn, and she said yes. Let's go. Uh, I think Restream was lagging. Gotta go. Appreciate you, man. Have a good one. Appreciate it. Travis Arnold, I can see you. What is the problem? I think we've been kind of hashed out the problems for a while. Um, Travis, I'm trying to figure out what the issue was from our show last night while we couldn't get up. So I assumed I'd open up my computer to the same problem, and now everything seems to work. So we're hoping it's not a me problem, it's someone else problem. To go towards tech. Thanks, man. We're gonna do it. Maybe we get that computer with more RAM. Oh, it's gonna cost us. Got to spend money to make money. That's what they say. I mentioned this to John Neighbors, but shows like yours, his trade biddies, etc., need to see about getting a deal with U of A and use Hog logo for merch, and they get a percentage. So I'll tell you this: shows like us, I don't see that happening because the world that we're in, we're getting into the competitive world, and the university has Hogs Plus. Okay, so I don't see how it would make much sense to them to let us get closer to what they already have it locked down on. So, y'all, I've been very open about Hogs Plus. I wish their content was free, just because they have the ultimate access. And I think as a fan, the stuff that they show, the behind the scenes, one, it's super cool, but I don't think they should make the fans pay for it. I'm just being honest. I mean, if they have that type of access and university and all the resource, I mean, that's just my opinion. But I don't see them ever being okay with allowing us to do that too, of using the hog logo. So if you see a lot of our stuff, and I'm new to this, and so I had to learn, and I apologize, but I got a phone call from the foundation or Learfield. I think that's the media company, and they have so many regulations that I was just like, cool. Let me throw up a cool picture of Talon doing this or this guy. They just make sure that anytime we post something like that, and you see how it says Ortho Arkansas, Southwest Auto, our people who support us, we have to make sure that the Razorback, the hog running, is not on the screen. So if you see a lot of screenshots or thumbnails, if you look closely, they should have the hog removed. Now, if some don't, that's on them. All right. So when I got that phone call, I was being honest. I was like, I had no idea. I apologize. We'll remove it. It is what it is. Now, me as a former Razorback, do I think I should have a little leeway of using a hog on stuff that I'm trying to do in my career? Yes, but I didn't write the rule book. What was I going to show you? After Effects. Why was my After Effects not working? There we go. Who is it? Sports propaganda. All right, let me walk you through this real quick. All right. Here we go. Here goes one for you. All right, let me show you a little scene. So I was working on something the other day. I mean, let me show you one I actually worked on. That's not even my project. Let me open a recent. What about a logo? So I make logos. Don't save. There we go. That seems simple. I thought it was simple. Dang, where's my dang project? Particles. Oh, I know what's going on. File opened. Story. Don't save. Whew, that's a big one. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna share the screen over here. Share screen. Boom. Open. Share window. And then bring it up over here. All right. So this was a project I was working on. It was with Pete Thamel. Okay. So Pete Thamel, he went on and he talked about the coaching search. So I said, let me go ahead and do a little timeline of the coaching search and how all that stuff went down. All right. So you hop in this thing and you have a project. So the project, if you press play, it looks like this. So Saturday, we heard the news from Pete Thamel, and then we get the news of Alex Golish, according to Trey Schapp. That didn't turn out. Okay. And then you kind of go through that and it kind of lags on here until you upload it. But this is what's cool about After Effects because it gives you so many options of going into everything you need. So if you scroll here, these are your scenes, okay? And you can click each scene and then it opens up and you see all the different options and elements you got down here. I mean, it goes to everything that you can manipulate. And so in each of those, say if you double click that one, then it opens up to something else, okay? So that's the clip that I have right there. And then I would just kind of go back to, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain all this stuff. I'm trying to just let you know things we kind of get into. And you can do anything from text to color, and you just go through each bar and change everything. So I'm trying to think. Let me give you a color. Like a text for a color is tricky. So this is the text we have. Trey Schapp joins out of bounds, blah, blah, blah. All right. Then you can get into there and you can transform that text. You can move it anywhere you want, or you can go and have path options depending on how you want it to come in. You know, you can move it right to left, left to right, and you just do anchor points by like, you know, hitting these little buttons right here. So if that's where it ends, but you want it to start right here, then just move it over there like so. And then when you press play, it moves. All right. So that's just literally one layer to about 1,000 different things in this project that you would have to go through. And then you can go and manipulate the colors for each thing that we do. And a whole new set of layers of changing colors. So if you're into editing and software, After Effects, I think is a super cool thing, but it looks like very hard stuff to comprehend at first, but once you kind of get the hang of it, it allows you to kind of do whatever you want to do. So have fun with that. What's your thoughts on Indiana? They've blown my mind with how they are dominating Ohio State with a bunch of 3 stars. That's literally my thoughts. We share the same thoughts. All right. Here we go. I'm 49 years old, college for digital technology and design, but I started. So unfortunately, I can't help you just yet. But I just started. We'll get there, JV. We'll get there. And if you can help me figure out all of my technical issues moving forward, we will put you on the payroll. We ain't got a lot right now, but we got to think big. We got to think the future. That's what I keep telling my guy in the chair over here. Me, him, and everyone else is like, so what happens after football season? Guess we're about to find out. All right, y'all. I'm going to go and end this thing. We got to go watch Zootopia today. Me and my girlfriend got a little date night or date day. I'm behaving. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all for helping me out.